Welcome to the program. We begin with the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, which has warned Kenyans not to celebrate the court decision given yesterday, saying the court did not actually dismiss or rule out the breathalyzer or alcohol regulations. NTSA Director General Francis Major has sent a statement to newsrooms saying his officers will stay on the roads to deal with drunk drivers because that is their mandate. Now, even as NTSA warned motorists that crackdowns on drunk driving will continue despite yesterday's Court of Appeal ruling, many Nairobians expressed joy that the breathalyzer evidence would not be used to prosecute them. The Court of Appeal said yesterday that the alcohol rules cannot be used to determine that a motorist had committed an offence. NTSA and the Ministry of Transport were therefore directed to seek amendments to the traffic law to strengthen the fight against drunk driving.
Relax. Sawa.
Go on.
No, because my soul is not me.
You know what you're doing?
But it's not me. It did not come from me. You see, I am never did that before. Then I am Ori also. I come from sleep. I don't go anywhere. I am going to pick my doctor who is coming from my country. I don't come from anywhere.
Just being a random.
Mimi nimepita hapa, nimekula miraa yangu, nikufika hapa wakatipima na hiyo kitu yao. Nikawaambia mimi mara yangu ya mwisho nilikunywa on Wednesday. Wakaniambia ati nimelewa, nimekunywa. Wewe nimewaambiwa kama kuna test waweza nifanya, waone kama nimelewa. Wakasema hakuna test nyingine. Hiyo kitu yao inajua kuna mlevi.
I support 100%.
Why?
I support 100% because the policemen and the NTSA have taken advantage to harass Kenyanese who enjoy after work. They want to share ideas and they enjoy beers. These gadgets that they are using, who approved it to use it in our body? They are even harming us.
Alcohol has been there to just take our money and they should be scrapped away. Let the government deserve another way of just helping Kenyans not to have accidents. Alcohol should be scrapped completely out of order.
Beer is not the main cause of problems. Look at it nowadays in Nairobi. Accidents are found along Mombasa Road, and the people involved are not even drunk. We need to have proper road signs, and the roads must also be in order.
The DD operation will continue, the drunk driving operation will continue. The authority has to perform its mandate of saving life on the road, and that is, we have to do all about the drink driving, the issue of speeding and all those things. We have to enforce.
So the alcohol will not go away,
we will still continue. We'll still continue enforcing the drunk driving exercise.
All right, so Kenyans obviously will do anything to avoid the alcohol. Now, Busia governorship aspirant Dr. Paul Otuoma has claimed that his rival Sospita Ojamong was out to tarnish his name by painting him as the one responsible for political violence in Funyula and Butula. Otuoma claims that some journalists are also being used to paint him in a bad light. He was speaking to our reporter Duncan Haemba a short while ago.
If you look at what happened in Butula, again, you must ask yourself, the security people already know. If you have already imported some people who don't belong to this county to masquerade as your security people and you're going around with them, and then they go on committing those kind of sins, then you know where to apportion that. And that's just an impression being created by somebody who is just staring at a loss. Otherwise, the meetings I have been in, tell me of any where you have had any reporting of violence or anything like that. It is him. who is trying to do this kind of thing. And he's even brought in non-goons. And I thought we had already said that this issue of groups that masquerade as security people must be checked. Even as a party, we signed that down to say that we should not you should not be involved in those kind of things. Otherwise, you should be disqualified. So I tend to think that all the incidents must be investigated. If the ones that are there, because me, it's only these other ones that I heard about, and the one in Butula, where one of the people is now in Moi Referral Hospital, they must check who is committing these things. Because people know. These are public forum meetings. How can you tell me that people don't know? But that kind of thing that is being created to intimidate people, those are outdated politics. They cannot work here in Busia.
Well, that there is Funyula Member of Parliament, Dr. Paul Otuoma, pointing an accusing finger at Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong. Let's now cross over live to Busia and speak to our Duncan Haimba, who is on standby with Sospita Ojamong for a reply on that. Haimba, serious claims, or serious allegations rather, have been made pointing to Ojamong. What does he have to say about this?
Yes, of course, those are flying allegations or serious allegations by Funyula Member of Parliament, Paul Otuoma, who says that he is not responsible and that was sort of planned. But I will be talking to Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong, who will be telling us exactly what happened yesterday. We understand you were in Butula at a place called Lugulu, I beg your pardon, where your entourage was attacked, and a similar instance almost at the same time it happened in Funyula town. What exactly could be at play? The area member of Parliament, Funyula, says it was all planned.
Yes, I was campaigning yesterday, and when we arrived at the Lugulu, people wanted to disrupt our meeting, and they were throwing stones from the back of the shops. But we managed to contain, and we arrested a few people who actually testified. They had been hired by the Funyula Member of Parliament and his cronies in Elugulu to disrupt our function. But we arrested them, and we continued our function peacefully with the public. And we hope the police will take action on the people who are arrested and who confessed.
Well, the honorable member says that it's a section of the media, of course, with your blessings and other people who are against him. In as much as you'd say the police have a responsibility to investigate, could there be some elements of truth that there could be some hand that are actually behind the chaos, or what would you say to that?
No, my opponent has all along been relying on violence to win an election. He confessed that he killed somebody at Seaport some time back. He slaughtered a teacher. And he banks that he can kill anybody. And we say that nobody has a monopoly of violence. There are quite a number of incidents that have occurred. Elugulu is one of them. Yesterday in Funyula, his own constituency, Nangina, he killed somebody. I was touring Funyula the previous day. He brought a few boys to block my motorcade. We were arrested. We handed them over to the police. At Lukolis, they beat somebody. He's in Alupe Hospital now. And at Ganga, they cut somebody with the pangas. He's in hospital now. So, but we have already said that we don't want violence in our county. But he tends to imagine that he has the monopoly of violence, which is not the truth. So, mine is just to appeal to the security agencies to be responsible enough, because this is not a church affair. This is politics. Emotions will rise, and people will tend to take these irrational decisions. So mine is just to appeal to the security forces to be higher alert to prevent conflicts whenever they occur.
Well, that's the Busia Governor's Hospital, Jamong, of course, saying this is not a church affair, it's politics. Emotions will definitely run high depending on which wing one pledges their allegiance, and therefore calling upon the police to beef up security and investigate, get to the bottom of the matter of what happened last evening. But of course, the security agencies have confirmed that no deaths occurred so far, although there were fracas in two places, that is in Funyula and Butula, but no deaths occurred. So both leaders are appealing for sobriety to prevail, but calling for upon the police to do the necessary. We'll be staying with the governor for more on dynamics or the politics that are shaping up in a county initially as relatively a peaceful one that could be turning out to be, I think, a hotly contested in as far as the ODM territory is concerned, and that is Busia, of course. Those are some of the issues that we'll be delving in deeper later on. But now I hand over to you, Michelle, but you'll be coming to us later so that we conclude this particular aspect with the Governor Ojamong. Over to you, Michelle.
All right, political affairs reporter Duncan Haimbe there live for us from Busia. And like he mentioned, that exclusive interview with the Busia Governor, Sospeter Ojamong, continues on part 2 of Weekend at 1 right here on KTN News. We'll take a short break now here on Weekend at 1. Do stay with us. When we come back, we'll be speaking to Trixie Ngado, who has been following up on the chaos in Busia. She'll be telling us what the Busia County Commander has to say about the investigations. Stay with us.